to each other, Bear showed them a very special friend, a raft he had made. Let's float out into the middle of the lake and have a nice quiet picnic in the sun, he said. Everyone was delighted as they all settled down comfortably on the raft. Bear gently pushed them away from the shore with a long pole. The raft glided smooth over the blue water between the dark green lily pads. Soon they reached the middle of the lake, just the place for a picnic. The bear says, lifting the lid of the basket. There was something for everyone: acorn for pig, barley for hen, hazelnuts for squirrel, dead beetles for hedgehog, and honeycomb for himself. What's more, they had a napkin with the international on it tied around his neck. But sooner they had started to eat the delicious picnic, they had a loud croaking noise. Ark, ark, it went. They put down their food and looked over the side of the raft. And there on the lily pad was a fat frog. Ark, ark. He went again. What a terrible noise, said Pig. He spoiled our water picnic. Is that he goes like that? But that wasn't the worst of it. The hen pointed to her wings. All of the other lily pads, there were frogs sitting on each one, and they started to go, ark, ark. What a lovely day for the water picnic. Ark, ark, they said, may we join you? The bear carefully picked up the fat frog. We very much like to share a picnic with you, he said. If only you can stop going, ark, ark. We can't, ark, ark, said the frog cheerfully. In that case, the bear with a sigh, I think we shall have to move on to a quieter part of the lake. The friends set off again, leaving the nosy frog behind. They floated across the blue lake until suddenly, without any warning, there was a great bump, and they all fell over their backs with legs in the air. The animals quickly picked up themselves and peered over the edge of the raft to see what happened. We're stuck, wailed the hedgehog. We hit the sandbank, said Pig suddenly. They took hold of the pole and pushed with their mighty against the sandbank. The hen stood on the bear's head and shouted angrily, push! She squawked, push, push, but the raft wouldn't budge. We shall have to stay here until we are rescued, said Hen. That might be ours, said Squirrel. We might run out of food, sobbed Pig. And they all sat down, looking tired and miserable. Bear had an idea. When they tried the water, it was cold and deep. So Hedgehog rolled to the ball and put her head in the water. Her wings, Squirrel curled up inside a basket. Pig looked embarrassing, said, "Pigs can't swim like bears," said Bear, not quite truthfully. Then the bear had another idea. "Perhaps the frog will help us," he said. So he stood up and called for the frogs top of the forces, and soon, cheerfully, frogs began to appear, orking as they came. The animals started to explain at once had happened. "That's easy," said the frog, and all the frogs began to clamber onto the sandbank. At a sign from the fat frog, they all jumped into the water and made an enormous wave, which lifted the raft away from the bank. "We're moving. We're moving," shout the animals happily, or croak the frogs. As the raft drifted along, the grateful animals unpacked the hamper and offered to share their picnic fruit with the frog. "No, thank you very much," said the frog. "You see, your honeycomb are like the flies, and frog like flies better than anything." After the animals had eaten enough food and the frog had caught enough flies, the frogs began to sing their song again. But this time, the animals were so happy that they joined in. As the sun began to set over the lake, 5 animals and their frog friends drifted to the shore. "Time to go home," said the bear, yawning concernedly, "and all say goodbye to each other. Come and back soon for another water picnic." Ork, ork, called the frog, and they all agreed they would.